And the way she has come back to this internet and repetitively made this be a joke or content, I don't get down with it. I choose be in her presence again. Until you feel what I feel on this end, with everybody taking it and not seeing the true side, the flip side to what if. Either way, I was going to be drugged. Either way, if it would have happened, I was still going to be drugged. She wasn't embarrassed, baby. Let me tell you what she sent my sister this morning. She said that me protecting her sent her back to a place where she said this on live, that she came from when someone did abuse her. You might want that, Miss Sophia. You might want that on your hands, but I choose not to. Me protecting someone should not send them back to a place to where that was the worst part of it. If that man saying that we're about to F you didn't, and saying let's go, shouldn't have. So I don't know you down there. You're not important enough, because you give that same cheerleader spirit as the rest of the women that has made it a joke. Oh, Sophie, excuse me. She know who I'm talking to. I'm not here to argue with y'all. I did the right thing. And hey, the Bible says that you'll rather believe a lie over the truth anyway. So why would I argue with you when the word didn't? Okay? Bella, I'm glad that you are doing good and continuing to rise in your court. I feel like this. Her life was saved. Her life was saved. And I'm continuing to live on. And that's me playing that good music in the background. That's my tone. Yes, ma'am. But yeah, Bella, I feel like we made the right choice. She will not be on any more FOE trips. That's another choice that made. That's right for everybody else. I just found out this morning that this woman was actually running down the hallways, up and down, screaming and hollering, and security had to come. I really thought that was just something people was like running up and down the hall. But no, I just found out from 2 FOE members that even one had to come out in a bath towel because they thought something had happened to down there in all caps, because you want somebody to see you. I'll sign the back of your neck tomorrow. Excuse me. But we're going to tattoo my name on you. So you ain't got to jump up and down in all caps, sweetie. We know you're in the room hating. Period, poo. But yeah, she ain't going nowhere else, Bella. You hear me? And now she texting my sister asking to talk. She can keep talking over there on her platform. I'm not here. I feel like I made the right choice. I wonder how y'all would feel if it was your daughter and niggas was surrounded around your daughter saying we finna F you. But Sophie already gave the answer.
I would like to say, Judge Trim said, I do think, like I said, I ain't like that stuff you said when you said about Liddy, but that ain't got nothing, that's neither here nor there. But I do think you did the right thing. I know you love Lil Touch, and you just, you need some space. So you did the right thing, and I hold your head high. You stood up as a woman. That's what you're supposed to do. Now,
And you
I
know
don't want
what,
you to say
Trina,
that
there
Diddy
is
stuff
a
no
such
more.
thing. And there is a such thing in life as healthy boundaries, not just boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
There is a such thing as healthy boundaries. And I do not have to continue to go places and have to worry about if somebody mistreating her. That's not a comfortable place to be in. And I'm going to enjoy myself. We spend a lot of money and a lot of time together, FOE. We don't want to be around that. As grown women, 50-year-old women, we don't want to be around that. I should not be watching her to that degree. So the woman down there that feel like it's okay, book a trip. Book a trip. I want to see how many trips she finna start taking for real. Book a trip, and when she get through running up and down the hallway on the ship with you, let's see if she go back with you in your suitcase. Thank y'all for the gift. Thank y'all for the gifts and the love.
can't say who asked you to watch her because they was saying the whole time before they went on the trip that they not gonna look out for Lil Touch. They gonna let Lil Touch act a fool. Da, da, da. So y'all can't say who because a lot of y'all was saying that. And to be honest, it ain't about babysitting. If I go out somewhere with with 4 women, 10 women, however many women, yes, well, I'm watching all of y'all. It's not watching, but like, yes, like, we all on the same time. Yeah, what? Yeah, no, we all came together. We leave together. You want to hook up with a motherfucker? You got to get home first. Tell that ninja come get you. I don't know, but yeah, I don't play that either. So, and I don't, and I'm in my 30s, so you can't say it's because they older. I'm in my 30s. I never played like that. No, ma'am. Ain't no setting no drinks down. Ain't no watch my drink to some ninja in the club. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Ain't none of that. Yeah, it's none of that. Ain't no hunching on the dance floor. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's none of that. So, yeah, I guess I've been a cock blocker all my life because I don't play like that. Baby, you came with me, you're leaving with me. Exchange numbers with that ninja and hit him up when it's daylight outside. You understand? You may not even like the nigga when the sun come out. Shit.
You know, Bella, it's just really weird that people saying the word babysitter. Nobody's babysitting nobody. If you go out with a group of girls or just a group, say you going to a club and one of the ladies is saying, oh, I'm going to leave with this random person. Y'all just going to sit there and just say, don't say anything. And, but y'all came as a group. I just feel like you should leave as a group with everybody unharmed.
To the bathroom, we going to the bathroom. You about to go get a
Exactly.
shot, we all going to get a shot. We move as one. We may as
Exactly.
well be conjoined. Hey, look here, and I don't care how many of us it is. Look here, we're gonna move together. We're gonna move through this thing together. So
I
I
agree.
don't understand it. I really don't. This
I
is new
don't
for me.
either.
I've never met people, especially women. I've never met women with this mindset ever.
No, because when we go out as a group, for me, my group, we move as a group. Just like Trina said, we move as a group. These people, it's people out there that mean you harm, and I want whoever I'm with to come back the same way we left. So it's just weird to me. I don't care how old you is. Like I said, I'm 61 years old. I still move as a group. So just call me weird or call me a babysitter. I don't know, but that's just how I move. So everybody can come home, go home safely.
That's the thing. Like, we're women. And it's not even, it's so many things that women have to look out for. You got women that might be jealous. And we ain't talking about women that know you. Do y'all know how many cases and stories there are of beautiful women who went on trips and excursions and some weirdo came up and splashed acid on their face that they didn't even know? Do y'all know how many times women have gone on cruises and never made it back home and their family is fighting for justice 10, 20 years later because of maritime law? Because you're at the mercy of the waters? No, that's not a game. That's not like, it's not light. And I really, like I said, I don't get the confusion of it at all. I don't understand this whole, like, well, just let her go with 4 men that none of us know. I'm not letting you go with 4 men that I grew up with. Not letting you go with 4 men that I'm related with, too. Like, what? What's the purpose of that? What is y'all about to do?
And then now
No.
then you blaming Miss
And you
Nitra
been
and the
drinking?
group if
Hell
they did
no.
that. If
And
they
she's
let
been
her
drinking. She's not
go.
sober. She's not in her right mind to be like, yeah, this is what I want to do. She's been drinking. Hell no. I'll call the police on y'all myself. Get on somewhere.
Yeah, but if Miss Nitra and them didn't do anything, they would have just let. Then it'd have been a whole different story where y'all let her do this and y'all saw it and nobody said anything. It's damn if. Oh, can I? You know what I'm trying to say. If you do and you don't do, you know the
Yeah, and can
words.
I ask a question, Bella? I see LT is here, and I know this is her case, but I did want to ask a question for the audience, please.
Yes.
So I want to know specifically because initially you said this is LT versus FOE, right? Then you play the full clip. Now, when it comes to the situation with the men and Miss Nitra and all that, I've said several times, I think they did the right thing because just the optics of the opposite would have been, devastating, honestly. But in that clip, We went into Glam talking about she gonna file a restraining order just in case she see LT again and she have to do something. We went into them talking about how they don't want her to come around. I mean, not come around, but come to any trips anymore. So my question is the case specifically about the situation with the guys or the cruise as a whole?
That's why I said, so the cruise fiasco, Little Touch versus FOE. So it's as a whole. So I wrote down the accusations that FOE has against Little Touch. So I'm glad you asked that because one, they saying that she was sitting on Lynn's phone. She was looking for it. She left her drink, which was a liability. Said that it was a guy that was licking on her. Big Quay felt like Little Touch embarrassed the group. Glam feeling like she needs to put a restraining order on her. Claims that $200 was stolen. Said that security had to intervene because she was running up and down the hall screaming Duffy's name. So there's a lot of accusations surrounding Little Touch involvement with the trip.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that for me personally, I'm going to go ahead and say that I do think the situation with the guys was handled the best way they could at the time. But those other things that you were talking about, I think that's the mess, and that's where I would like to play it today. So I'm gonna drop down to that stuff. Okay.
Hello, hippie.
Hey,
Let me answer. It is a whole. It is management's decision. It is FOE. Several things happened on that cruise that I was not aware of, nor a lot of people. We separated on that cruise. A lot of us didn't see each other until the day before it was time to leave. And we found out, I didn't know that she was running down the hall and security had to come and stand there. 3 guys. I didn't know that. Yes, management. Yes, management.
Just Transetta, no disrespect,
Hold
but
on,
that's a
hold on,
lie. I
lady.
never,
Hold
I never
on,
talked to
hold on.
security.
I'm not going to speak
at all.
over you. I'm not speaking. Okay, I'll mute up and let you talk. Hold on, because I'm going down when I finish. I'm not speaking to you, Lit Touch. I'm speaking on the court case. So, security had to come in certain situations. She can sit here all day and repeat and tell the story to you all, but I'm just giving why. I heard her one time, not knowing it was several times, running down the hall screaming. Now, when I said she was running, I thought she was playing because I was like, Curtis, I know you effing lying.
You thought she was playing?
Hold on. At first, I'm thinking, that's my phone. At first, I'm thinking that it's kids. When I say it to Curtis, I'm like, that's a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking kids running down the hall because there was a lot of kids on the ship. That's why we're not doing another one with children. But when I heard Little Touch screaming to the top of her lungs, that for Siobhan and Duffy, now I know that was her running. And 2 other people told me today that Little Touch was running down the hall screaming and hollering. So I wasn't putting the footsteps with the screams. I just thought she walked out the room and was screaming. But she was screaming to the top of her lungs. So that's Little Touch. You know, now I'm talking to you. You know what you done, Little Touch. These stories that you're coming out here telling, this is why I have chose.
No disrespect, but they lied
You're
to
not
you.
telling the
And
truth
you believe
about
in the
your
lie.
actions on that ship. It's just as simple as just admitting
As
your
I
actions.
say, no disrespect
Okay, Bella,
to
that's
you.
what happened.
And
she knows what she done.
And you are saying that I was running down the hall several times. That's a lie told to you, Miss Nitra.
Were
I
you
respect
screaming,
you,
Lit Touch?
but you
Were you
believe in the
screaming when I heard you?
I wasn't running down the hallway.
Were you screaming to the top of your lungs, Little Touch?
I did come out of my room yelling, but it was one time and one time only.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, y'all
That
have
is
a
a
good
lie.
day. Thank
That
you.
is a lie. That is a lie.
Before you go,
No.
damn.
What was you coming out screaming about?
The night
welcome to come back
that was
up.
the night that Team Money was calling security and she was threatening to hit me with the ice bucket.
Okay, so hold on, Little Touch. I did get a message. It says, ask Little Touch about the rash she was picking all week. What is that about?
I'm being childish, bro.
Yeah,
About
that's
what? Asking about the rash. What are they trying to say? What are they implying?
They just said you was picking at a rash all week. I don't know.
I'm a drop down
That's
because I
not
know you
even.
probably
This
need
the
this
shit I'm talking
box.
about. Y'all steady wanting to pick on this lady. That's not even fair
I'm a
or
drop down because
relevant.
I
So
think
why,
y'all need this
look,
box, and I
Touch,
appreciate
why
you for
would you
having
have
me.
ran out the room screaming though? It was like you couldn't like call security or nothing. I don't. What was going on?
Okay, Trina, as I just said, that T Money called security, and I basically told her to get the fuck out of my room. She only paid $500 on the room anyway, and that
Only.
was under the table. And the
To
room
no
was
little touch.
15.
Don't say
The
only
room,
now, little touch. That was
I said
something.
it. I said it in anger, and I asked on my live earlier today that I started my live. I asked for T Money to come over to my live because she blocked me on the phone. So I can't call her and give her a direct
Why was she about to call
apology.
security, little Touch?
Y'all don't let me finish. So I'm Bella, ask your people up here to let me finish, please.
But you talking about you trying to call her on the
You keep
phone?
cutting me off. You keep cutting me off, Trina. I'm trying to talk. Please,
Go ahead, Lil.
respectfully. So, when first of all, T Money came into the room yelling at me about the bag being on the edge of the bed because that's where I had it, and she didn't give me time to take the bag off the bed. I was looking for my wallet. That's why I put it on her bed because I was packing up my stuff to get my bags on the outside of the door so the luggage people could collect our bag for us to depart on the next day, which would have been Monday. This was Sunday night around after 11 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. It was around 1 o'clock. And I was trying to get my bags together before 1 o'clock for them to pick up. So, when she came in the room and saw the bag on the edge of the bed, she said that the bag was near her medicine. The medicine wasn't even on the bed. I saw her reach in her purse and get her, which her purse was on a table across from her bed. She reached in her purse to get her medicine. It was not on the bed. She's lying. And secondly, when she threatened me with the ice bucket, I ran out of the room hollering. Yes, I did. I was hollering. I was getting the attention of my FOE people that was in their room. Okay.
Can I ask you when that
she
was?
called
What day was
Amanda.
that?
Don't say Amanda. Hold on, Amanda. So when I was hollering, Miss Lady, what's her face, had already left out of the room. When I came back to the room, there was no security guard to talk to me. And Amanda, when she helped me with my bathing suit, I was upset about something that was pertaining to somebody said something to me about what happened at the club. I was upset about that. And Amanda came and calmed me down, came in my room, helped me with my bathing suit.
take your time.
See, I have been attacked from the dance Friday night to Saturday. Am I
Hold on,
right?
Judge. Judge, can I ask a question, Judge, please? We're going around the Mulberry Bush. What Trina was asking about and what we were surprised by is what Ms. Nitra just said, which is security was called before that because she was in the hallway screaming. And we trying to figure out why she was in
Security
the hallway
guard.
screaming instead of
No
just calling the
security.
people.
Wait a minute. No
That's what
security
we were
came
losing
to
it at.
me.
Like, I'm not trying to be
No
funny, but you're
security
talking about a
came to
bunch of
me
stuff that's not answering the question.
Yeah, I was surprised by what Ms. Nitra said. That's what we're trying to
because
understand. Why was it
Trina,
always
there would
screaming before
never
that?
a
Can I
security.
speak?
There would never a security guard to come to say anything to me. That is a
That's
lie.
not what she
That is a
said.
lie told.
Babe, they may not have said anything to you,
That's not
but
even what she said.
They came. They were in the hall along with Ryan, the room steward, and another room steward.
I didn't see no security, Amanda, because when you came in the room with me, there was no security that came to my room or any of that. So
But that-
for anybody to say that that happened, that's a lie.
right, but that's why I asked you what day was that, because the day that happened with T Money was what day? Sunday, when you were packing.
Yeah, that was Sunday. That was Sunday night. Yeah.
So you just said you ran
So the
out.
night, the night that you came to calm me down, that was, I believe, Saturday. That was Saturday.
But you were also in the hall screaming. I
was screaming because somebody had said something to me about Friday night that was a lie,
But that's
and
the
I
point.
was responding
That's the point
to
they're
that.
making.
Oh, there we go. Siobhan, thank you for helping us out. So you saying when she was screaming on Saturday, Siobhan and Duffy, like Miss Nitra said, it was because she was upset from the night before? Is that
Somebody
right,
said something to me. Somebody said something to me down there in the, what is that, the Lido, wherever the where the pool and all of that is at.
So
Little
to make
touch. You just said it did not happen. It was a lie. It was once. Now you just added a whole.
No,
nother
I
time.
said what I said is
No,
a lie. Is
that is
they
what you
saying that the
said.
security
No, wait,
guard?
stop.
They're
Little
saying
touch.
that the security guard
Stop.
approached me,
Hold on.
and that is a lie.
You cutting me off now. Now hold on, because you came up here and said that it's a lie. First off, Nitra never said the security approached you. She said it took 3 security to stand outside of the room. You said
That is a lie.
Hold on. You said that it happened once when T Money tried to hit you with the ice bucket. But you just now confirmed with Amanda that a whole nother night that had nothing to do with T Money, you were in the hallway screaming and Amanda came to calm you down. So it's not a fucking lie. So it's not a freaking
And I
lie.
said it was one security and 2 other. It was 3 gentlemen, 1 being security, and 2 of those men being housekeepers. The story she just came up here and told was a whole.
I haven't talked to
Hold
a
on,
security.
Touch. We let you tell.
I never
and
talked
go
to
around,
security.
ring around the rosy. Hold on. We done ring around the rosy. These are 2 different situations. The situation that she is talking about with T Money was the night before we left. The thing that was spoken of earlier was during the cruise days after Friday, that Saturday, Little Touch was running down the hall screaming and hollering. Now she's washing dishes. Lit Touch, you have been caught up in so many stories.
See, that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that bull
now.
right there. That's that bull right there.
Yeah, she is telling different stories. And
But
look
then
at
you
me.
want to come off mute doing dishes and stuff. See, look, see.
like she did when Tea Times up there crunching in her damn ear.
Not only that, security had to step up on Friday night between her and Lin Lin. Now she's sitting on live telling people that she think Lin Lin is the person that scammed her. Lin Lin is nothing like that. She is a nice woman. Lin Lin did not scam her at all. And so now she's upset about the phone situation, but the phone was looked for several minutes, and come to find out, Lit Touch is sitting on the woman's phone and says she didn't feel the phone vibrating. From her mouth, I didn't feel the phone vibrating. Lit Touch, you're sitting on the phone. You don't feel the phone vibrating. So the woman got upset about it. The woman was upset. You're sitting on her phone. Like, it's just the fact that you did all of these things and you will not admit to your wrongs.
Y'all going on live saying that I stole her phone, and that's not true. And that is a lie.
Girl, Leah don't need
Bella,
your
are
money.
you gonna let me talk?
Leah don't
Are they
need
gonna
your
let
money.
me talk?
You already said
And they
something,
keep
Lit
cutting
Touch.
me
Let
off.
Siobhan say
Bella,
what
are they
happened.
gonna let me talk and keep
You
cutting
girl,
me off?
please.
Well, I was here before you, Little Touch, so I want my turn.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that everybody in the panel, especially those who were there to witness the event, Amanda, she was on the trip, Siobhan, she was on the trip and her name was mentioned. I would like to hear from Siobhan next. Miss Nitra, if you could just hang on, because I understand this is a hot topic because it is surrounding your business, respectfully. So I truly understand why you want to be here, to make sure things is cleared up and understood. Little Touch, this is her case. I understand wanting to speak to the situation at hand. So I appreciate all y'all patience. I would like to hear from Siobhan.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Miss Nitra. Good morning, everybody. I do want to say this. So for the timeline, Friday nights, right? I always like to speak to things that I was present for. So I wasn't there inside of the club. But from Saturday, Lil Touch, you hollered in that hallway every day, if we're going to be honest. Whether you was asking for me to put on your lashes, whether you was talking to somebody, whether you needed a bathing suit, it's not what you do, it's how you do. And you know you were wrong, if we're going to be honest and be real. The blame game and the over talking and the stories to compile to try to make it seem like FOE or any of us individually tried to do anything to you to harm you. If anything, we was rolling with you to protect you. Let's be real and be honest. One thing I can say, when you were on that cruise, even when we went separate ways, if we ran into each other, we made sure we were good. So I don't like the way you trying to spin this and make it seem like people are bullying you. Have we been talking about it? Have we been antagonizing? That's what they do on Messy Talk. That is Pretty Belly. But I have to say, that is the truth. You were screaming and hollering. And just because security didn't come and knock on the door, don't mean they wasn't up there. And Ryan was the man that cleaned our rooms, and he always had to check on Lil Touch.
Mm-hmm. And can I address a comment about why was she allowed to go and why did we bring her to a cruise? Mind you, that I have stayed in the same house with Little Touch. Mm-hmm. Little Touch, every time I go to Atlanta, I make sure she is one of the first people that I call to fellowship with. We have gone out to eat several times. I have never, ever seen her act like this. When the day started leading up to it, I'm the one that was saying, y'all, she don't act like this in real life. You're not going to get what you see on the internet. I was shocked. Respectfully. So for me to be in this situation, I have to make the better choice for me. We had a whole matching pajama day with probably almost 10 women. She has never been left out from my standpoint. She knows that I have loved on her. I have trusted her. I've gone to bed with her in the house with me. She's never been a threat to me. She's never treated me wrong or nothing. So for her to go on this cruise, that me and my husband, we never been on a cruise. And even for my husband to see her carry on and to hear her screaming and hollering down the hallway, that's embarrassing. For me to trust you, Little Touch, again, to come out and be with us, and me to say, she not going to act like that, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this woman not like that in real life. So you did what you did, and I'm standing on what I said. No disrespect to you. I still love you.
I didn't do anything wrong on the cruise. Y'all are making me look like a bad person, and I'm not.
Nobody said you was a bad person, but on Monday
yes,
at
you
the
are.
restaurant,
Y'all are making it me. Y'all are trying to make it look like I'm slow,
she decided
like I needed all this babysitting and all this attention, and it is wrong. Somebody walked up to me and told me live that a security guard approached me and told me and warned me, and that is a lie.
Okay,
that is a lie.
Who said that? But that wasn't said today.
So, Little Touch, let's make this simple. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you come off mute. I'm going to ask you simply yes or no. I'm going to read off the accusations. I just need you to give yes or no, okay? All right. Unmute your mic, please. All right. So, one of the accusations, it says that you were sitting on Lynn's phone. They were calling the phone. The phone was vibrating. Were you sitting on Lynn's phone when they was looking for her phone?
I did not even know that I was sitting on the phone. I got up and there was a couple sitting beside me, and he saw the whole entire event. Okay.
Little Touch. Yes or no?
Okay. When I realized that
Little Touch, yes or no? Were you sitting on the phone? Yes or no?
Yes. I got up and I handed her the phone.
That's it.
I handed her telephone.
That's it, Little Touch. It's yes or no. She said that.
And thank you. I do appreciate that. Trina, because Miss Little Touch, I need you to understand there is other cases,
But they trying to make it seem like I was sitting on the damn phone purposely. And that is a lie, Bella. You got to understand how people trying to make this look. And it's not true. I did not know I was sitting on somebody's damn phone. That's what they trying to make it look like. I was just sitting there purposely letting the phone vibrate on me. I don't feel that's right. That is not right.
Well, can we say though this in court though? Like we just answer Bella's questions, and
I have not lied about
She's already
nothing.
seen the
I have
live.
not lied. They trying to make it look like Blade. They trying to make it look like I was sitting there with the phone on my butt and just vibrating. That's what they trying to make it look.
So Miss Low Touch, I need you to stay focused. Believe it or not, that's
I wouldn't let your ass come nowhere with no.
there's multiple
Baby, I
questions.
wouldn't take you to the hot dog stand.
Trina, you ain't no better. You did some shit too on TikTok, so you can't sit here and talk.
We're not going to make this about Trina. This is not about her. Let's try to focus. So, okay, the answer is yes. You were sitting on the phone. The next thing was Amanda herself. She said that you.
I did not know I was sitting on the phone. Don't sit here and say it like that, like I knew I was sitting on a damn phone. That's how you're making it too.
I specifically said there's multiple
If
accusations.
she calling her phone and it vibrate and I sit up and I realize there's something is vibrating on me, I must look and see what it is. And it was her phone. I gave her a damn phone. But to sit there and make it look like I was purposely sitting on a damn phone, that's not right.
So, Ms. Lotus, you're not allowing me to do what I need to do. I have multiple questions based on the accusations that were against you. And you're harping on one question. I'm literally just reading out what was said from the FOE members. For those who are new here, this is Accountability Court. Hit the follow button. I am here every Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Grab your daily heartbeat. It is not on sub-only chat, so make sure you are engaging. This is Little Touch versus FOE. Drop the FOE emotes in the chat if you are going to support FOE. Drop the yellow hearts in the chat as well. Also, shout out to Auntie Kitty, makes the tumblers beautiful, all that. Now, these accusations came from FOE members. I'm reading them out to you, and I just wanted simple yes or no answers because it's multiple accusations, okay? When you go into a courtroom and they read out what you're being charged with, they're going to ask you, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? They're not saying, okay, well, I'm not guilty because X, Y, and Z. That's not how that goes. It's a simple yes or no over here. Please and thank you.
Can you let them know about the gift contest and the subscription contest?
Yes. So as far as the gifts and the subscriptions, if you are the biggest gifter at the end of the live, you will be a bailiff next Sunday. If you send out the most subscriptions, you will also be a bailiff. So it's up to the two people. Whoever send out the most subscriptions and whoever send out the most gifts will be a bailiff in this courtroom, okay? So may the best person win as far as that go. So you answer yes to the first question. We're going to move on to the next one. Amanda said that you literally sat your drink down and had a stranger from the cruise watching your drink.
No, I didn't say that. I was the one that said about the run in the hall. I wasn't there.
So hold on, wait, I'm sorry. See, it's a lot. Thank you for clearing that up. So hold on. So the running in the hall, I do have that written down. So for someone on the cruise to watch. Did that happen? Yes or no?
Go back to retrieve it, Bella.
I'm sorry?
I said I did ask the lady, but me and her had a conversation. We both are originally from Ohio, and I did not go back to retrieve that drink at all.
Okay, but just so we are clear for those who are listening, you did. That is yes.